Are you ready to dive headfirst into a whimsical culinary escapade with yours truly? Today, you will find RibEye Steak, cooked in an improvised tandoor from an old cable drum, time with naughty four-legged friends, and a new construction site. Greetings from the captivating realms of Azerbaijan, where vibrant, clear streams dance gracefully amidst awe-inspiring vistas and the freshest of air. Get ready for garden chaos, slippery stones, and innards turned into adult delights. Today, we're waiting for not only the sweetness of cooking, but also the skill of the hands, and a lot of dirt for a new construction site, as the meaning of the village routine. Are you ready to dive headfirst into a whimsical culinary escapade with yours truly? Stay tuned, dear adventurers, for a feast of laughter and flavors awaits. Alright, so let's kick off our day with a twist. We're starting by setting up our cooking spot. I'm all about trying new things, and today's experiment involves not just cooking, but creating the perfect place for it. It's not just about the yummy food, it's also about embracing rural life, soaking in nature's beauty, and even getting a bit of a workout with some blacksmithing in the wild. So, I finally managed to cut through that empty cavity in my experimental setup. It's like unlocking a new level in a game, exciting and full of possibilities. Alright, let's dive back into our cooking adventure. We're back at the location and it's time to get our ingredients ready. We've got nekhara, rustic oil, garlic, and a bunch of spices all lined up, ready to mingle and create a symphony of flavors. Now comes the fun part, grinding and crushing everything together. Oh, and don't forget the rosemary. I plucked it fresh from my garden, adding that extra burst of flavor and juiciness. It's like bringing a piece of nature right into our dish. Having everything at hand really makes the cooking process smoother, don't you think? Once everything is nicely mixed with oil, get ready for a taste explosion. Trust me, it's going to be so delicious that you'll be licking your fingers clean by the end of it. Can't wait for you to experience these amazing flavors. Aside from cooking up delicious dishes, I've got a bunch of other exciting things on my plate. One of my favorite pastimes is working with clay. Sure, making a tandoor from scratch can be quite the workout, but there's something so fulfilling about crafting your own cooking equipment. It's like a burst of pride in your creative skills. Now, on to our furry friends. We always make sure to take care of them too. After all, happy pets make for a happy cook. And now, on to the star of the show, the main meat for today's feast. We handle it with care, slicing it up without any finger mishaps. No beginner's luck needed here. Each type of meat deserves its own special treatment, and today I'm here to give you a masterclass. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to ensure everything is squeaky clean. Meat gets a good wash for hygiene's sake, and our veggies are enjoying a nice therapeutic bath too. Can't have a delicious meal without starting with the basics, right? Now that our veggies are sparkling clean, it's time to focus on the next step, preparing the fire. We're using hay and twigs, which are just perfect for getting that flame going for the next stage of cooking. It's a bit like juggling bees. There's always a lot happening, and I've got to keep up with everything buzzing around. Speaking of buzz, have you noticed how unpredictable the weather has been lately? Sometimes our cooking plans get delayed until late in the evening because, well, Mother Nature likes to keep us on our toes. But hey, when the weather finally decides to cooperate and blesses us with that long-awaited sunshine, it's like a chef's dream come true. The warmth of the sun just adds that extra touch of magic to the cooking process. Now, let's not forget the salt. It's time to sprinkle some of that goodness onto our dish before the wind decides to play tricks and blow away half of my carefully chosen spices. And with that, we dive into the fun part, roasting the meat. The sizzling sounds and tantalizing aromas of frying meat are like music to the ears of any true meat lover. Oh, isn't today's weather just lovely? It's warming up nicely now. But can you believe it was raining just a couple of hours ago? That's the beauty of life, always keeping us on our toes with its little surprises. Now, back to our delicious cooking adventure. When dealing with meat, it's crucial to give it a flip every now and then. Otherwise, you end up with uneven cooking. And nobody likes a piece of meat with coal on one side, right? That's a barbecue bummer. Once our meat starts releasing those mouth-watering juices on the grill, it's the perfect time to throw in some veggies. They soak up all that flavorful meat juice, adding an extra layer of deliciousness to our dish. And let's not forget about the sauce. It's like the finishing touch that brings everything together. I love experimenting with different spices to create unique flavors that'll have everyone coming back for seconds. It's all about that culinary creativity. So, folks, what are your thoughts on our culinary journey so far? But hold on, we're not done yet. We've got another exciting stage of frying ahead, and trust me, it's not your ordinary cooking experience. Stick around, and I'll walk you through every step of the way. Now, let's talk about wrapping our creation in foil and getting it ready to be carried away. It's like wrapping up a delicious surprise, and I can't wait to unveil it later. And here comes my favourite method, which I like to call the closet method. It involves hanging our dish in a burning fire, in our case the stove, and letting it cook slowly. It's a technique that infuses the dish with that irresistible smoky flavour that we all love. Now, while our meat is cooking to perfection, let's take a moment to enjoy life's little pleasures. How about a tea break with a traditional samovar? There's something incredibly comforting about sipping tea while the aroma of cooking fills the air. It's moments like these that make life truly enjoyable. Cheers to good food and good company. Oh, can we just pause for a moment and bask in the success of today's dish? I mean, it's like hitting all the right notes in a symphony of flavours. Every ingredient coming together just perfectly. It's a culinary masterpiece. Alright, let's all gather round now. Grab a plate brimming with this delightful dish, drizzle on that sauce, and let the flavours take us on a tasty adventure. Who's up for seconds? I know I am. And now, it's finally time for the moment of truth, the tasting. Each bite is a culmination of our efforts, a symphony of flavors that dance on the palate. It's the reward for all the hard work and creativity we put into making this meal. So, dig in and enjoy every delicious mouthful.
Super.
thanks a bunch for joining me on this flavorful adventure, my dear foodie friends. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more culinary magic. Until next time, happy cooking and take good care.